So there we have it, an absolutely beautiful sandy beach.
Not black.
Do you ever agree with anything I say?
But it's horrible.
It's
Our
horrible.
beaches are much nicer.
Well, and then to spoil it even
got the
more,
dustbins in.
I've got the dustbins in. You've just got these hideous
Well, it's a bit like the
hotels.
coast
It's
of
just,
Spain that we drive past saying, God, it looks so awful.
yeah, okay.
It's horrible.
Well, I'm sorry if you're offended by this, but it's not great. It's just a bit of a waste of a... How long did it take us to get here? Half an hour?
Well, from the campsite, 7 hours yesterday.
Wow. Well, someone recommended Myrtle Beach, so I must remember who that was, find them, and beat the because they owe me a load of petrol money. So, Julia, if next time someone recommends to go somewhere, as in a place to visit, what would be your action? How would you do it in future?
In terms of where we are now.
Well, for instance, someone has recommended go to Myrtle Beach, and we just got in the RV and we've headed to Myrtle Beach. So
Okay, my advice would be to do your own research on a place first, because some places aren't everyone's cup of tea. One person's paradise is another person's, I would say hell. It's not hell by any means, but it leaves a lot to be desired compared to what we're used to.
So would you recommend Myrtle Beach to somebody who doesn't know this area, who was maybe travelling down through the southeastern area of the US?
No.
Absolutely no.
No. Well, this is only North Myrtle Beach. Let's go and discover what Myrtle Beach is like, and if that's any better, we'll let you know.
I personally think the difference will be that it's further south.
A dual carriageway, busy dual carriageway, virtually lined with restaurants, large restaurants, and shops and malls. And then we've come down to the lower road, which is along the beach. Well, as close to the beach as you can see. You can just see a bit. Well, that's a real big space to see the beach. Because mostly there's just houses and apartment blocks and buildings on the beach, so you can't actually see the sea until you get past this whole giant wall of apartments and hotels and everything, which is frustrating really, because it means only the people who are actually living on the edge of the shore can see the sea. It's a bit mean. We found that everywhere, even in Chesapeake Bay. All the shoreline is basically privately owned, and they're the people who get to see the sea. No one else can.
Now you're probably having a bit of a problem spotting the difference between myself and my twin brother here over my right shoulder. We found absolutely nothing to do in Turtle Beach, or whatever it's called, Myrtle Beach. So we've decided to go to the cinema. And we've also found a medieval castle. Well, it's not actually a medieval castle, it's made out of fiberglass. But it really is just a big theme park, which for kids is fantastic. But it's not really what we expected. I mean, it's very well done in the typical American fashion of mock castles, mock Tudor, mock waterfall. So now we're going to find a pub, aren't we, darling?
Yes.
And what are we going to do in there?
We're going to have a drink.
We're going to have a good few beers, and then we're going to Big D's. Is it Big D? Big digital experience. And we're going to see my elder twin, the guy in the information centre, that he didn't actually like Myrtle Beach, and he lives there. So, what does that tell you?
Yeah, well,
I'm sure once we've had a few beers.
Shops open. I can do a bit of shopping.
No, you can't. We've got no money.
So let's go straight for the beer.
Let's go and have a few beers, and the place will look better when we come out, because A, we'll be under the influence of alcohol, and B, it'll be dark. Okay, I've got a beer, so I'm happy now. Well, I'm happier. Yeah, so we got some tickets to see Spectre. We're going to have a cinema evening, and we're going to have a little snack here. We've got some home brew, and then we'll drive back and try and find the RV site where we're parked. Although we don't actually know the address, so we have the address of the campsite on Julia's phone, so that should be a bit of a laugh trying to find that. Right, we've just popped into a sweet shop, and if you can see behind me, it's just like kids' paradise. It's just, there's more sugar in here than there is in England. This is wall-to-wall sweets. Or should we say sugar?